My name is Dick Horn. I go to the 9 o'clock service, and I sit at the left-hand side of the sanctuary, and about 6 rows back. I've been at this church worshiping for close to 30 years. Well, my faith story began when I was born. I'm sure my parents, I wasn't available to understand, but they did baptize me at the church. And I was constant, attending services there. The interesting thing is my Sunday school time was not the greatest. I was not a good student. My teachers weren't that. From then, moved on through college and through some work, ended up in Chicago. My wife and I were married in Chicago, and we attended Central Church. And we lived in Chicago while going to college and my developing. Lived for a while on the north side of Chicago, and then we moved to the south side to be closer to the school. Then we moved to Dayton, Ohio, in Huber Heights. And being a little nervous from my past church experience, I couldn't grow in the faith. I couldn't go following the procedures. So I was looking for a new church. While I moved to Huber prior to my wife, I was searching out a church and ended up at a church, and you expect people to welcome you with open arms and all that good stuff. Well, I didn't look for that. I sat in the back rear corner because I wanted to find a church that I could get involved in. I could grow in my service to Christ, and that's the way it worked. I joined that church when Judy came in to Huber. That's the church we went to. Later, she became secretary for that church, but we were involved in many different things, including a Bible study and the youth fellowship there. Our kids both went up through that. And so that was a real good start of my developing my faith, my direction I wanted to go in, and a real realization of what was Christ's way and what was not Christ's way. In other words, a sinner. Then we moved down to Chillicothe, Ohio, to serve down there, and we joined a church. Didn't get heavily involved because we were there for about 3 years, and we just enjoyed our experience down there. Prayer was a strong part of that congregation. We got some close friends, and that kind of helped me on the way. Then from there we moved to Columbus, and Reynoldsburg is where we first ended up. And we attended this church looking around for a new church. We ended up here at Reynoldsburg. First Sunday, liked the service, it was good. And we went home, we talked a little bit about it. And that afternoon, one of our members brought a loaf of bread to us, bread for the journey. And so that caused us to go back the second week. And from then on, we continued. We found that was kind of a home for us. Had diversity of people, diversity of service, but more important, it helped us learn more about the Bible. I want to say a little bit after that, we went on the Emmaus walk. And that was an interesting walk. One of the things I did the fourth day after that, and I picked on Matthew, turn to me and give me rest with me being with Christ. That Bible verse has stayed with me for a long time. It has much meaning, and it just kind of guided me to where we're going. So that was and then along that same time, I want to say it was before Jeff came. Then Jeff came, and from there my faith developed, my prayer life developed, and my knowledge of the Bible developed. Every Sunday when I came, I expected to see a good service, challenging us in many ways. And sure enough, Jeff did not disappoint us. We've been challenged in the last few weeks to figure out where we fit, where we're going. And I'm struggling with that right now. I don't know how I can serve, where I can serve, what I can do. I'm doing some things now with the church. Over the years, I've done a lot of things with the church, but now we're looking at a new frontier. And I think our next 3 years is going to be interesting. I hope I can find and figure out, and I think many of the congregation are doing the same thing. Where do we fit? What can we do? How can we grow in our relationship with Christ? And so that's kind of where I'm at, beginning and end.